People may wonder why I'm so excited about the aging process and the time in which we live right now. This time, I think, is the most exciting, innovative, and fruitful time that we have, truly. And the time is now. The time to start addressing aging is when we're in our 30s, our 40s, our 50s, so that we may enjoy a high quality of life in our 60s, 70s, 80s, and beyond. So it is very exciting indeed, because we have access to a wealth of information and the scientific literature and continuing knowledge that we can gain, and then implementing strategies, very simple strategies, very doable strategies. We can really put emphasis on these simple lifestyle implementations that create real and lasting change. So I want to share, I'm a very practical person, so I want to share so as not to overwhelm you. I think that's one of the drawbacks, is that because there is so much access to the information, for instance, I read 3 to 5 scientific studies per week on average. And it's a lot. It's a lot of reading, and it's a lot of research. And so I have increased my medical literacy, which is great, my scientific literacy. That's a skill that I recommend everyone hone if you are interested at all in the topic of biology, aging, anything that gets kind of into the weeds. It can be advantageous to take a course, for instance, on medical and scientific literacy. But that aside, I digress. I wanted to give you a tip, something that you can implement today, starting today, now, after you watch this video. And it's a very simple thing. So according to the scientific literature, approximately 94 to 95% of Americans have some sort of metabolic dysfunction, which is to say they are metabolically unhealthy, whether it be metabolic syndrome, obesity, morbid obesity, diabetes. These all fall under the umbrella of poor metabolic health. And why is this so important, and why should you care? Everybody should care about this, no matter their weight, no matter their age, frankly, but you should care about this because we know that compromised metabolic health has implications and a cascade effect of general health. And specifically, it indicates poor health outcomes, particularly as we age. So this is extremely important for anyone over the age of 40, but I would say the younger you start, the better. We can start aging well when we're young so that we can preserve what we have, protect ourselves as we age, and that is the best strategy, in my opinion, to optimize the aging process, and so that you can enjoy, in the interim, you can enjoy a high quality of life, that health span that we all strive, hopefully, that we all strive to obtain and to optimize for. It's going to look different for everyone, but there are some simple key things, these habits that you can implement that will make a real and lasting and significant difference. And it becomes increasingly critical to pay attention to glucose regulation and glucose metabolism in the body. This is obviously easily measurable by a glucose monitor, a glucose meter that you can get at any store or on the internet. You can order this, and you can start measuring this to give yourself data, and that data will inform your decisions, hopefully moving forward. And this is one health marker, one biomarker that you can easily track, and that I recommend you start tracking if you're not already. So we know that poor glucose metabolism and poor glucose regulation is implicated in poor health outcomes. And what we're talking about is blood sugar control. This specifically translates into having a greater life expectancy and greater protection against disease. The way to do this, one easy way to do this, and it's free, so that's the most exciting part, is they did a study, and this study showed that taking 3 15-minute walks, 10 to 15-minute walks, post-meal. So after you eat something, shortly after you eat, take a brisk 10 to 15-minute walk after the meal. And this led to significantly lower glucose, and it also led to lower A1C readings. So this is a very powerful strategy that you can implement, and I encourage you to actually test this yourself. Don't take my word for it. I always encourage people to experiment on themselves. You are the N of one in your experiment, your personal experiment. So although it is an N of one experiment, it's yours, and it's the most powerful experiment you can conduct, frankly. So get yourself a glucose meter and test it out. One day, test your glucose pre and post meal, and then the following day, after your meal, take a brisk 10 to 15 minute walk and test your blood glucose and compare it and look at the difference yourself. And that should be an incredible motivator to propel you forward to making this a habit. These are simple lifestyle factors, simple habits that we can implement, and they are free. So these are things we can do. And this is why I'm so excited, because this is just one thing you can do starting today, starting now. You can create this habit and make it a lifelong habit. And just by adopting one healthy habit, you can start here. And this will have you be in a better position to age well, to age gracefully, and to age optimally. So good luck. Take a walk, a brisk walk after you eat. By the way, you can also achieve this by doing 30 to 50 air squats. The point is, after you eat, to not sit and just be idle, but to get up and do some light movement. And it doesn't take a long time. We're not talking about 45 minutes to an hour. We're talking about 3 blocks of 10 to 15 minutes per day. So knock it out, get it done, and I wish you the best of luck. Let me know in the comments how you get on with this. And I thank you, as always, for being here.